Good evening, friends. This is Angy Stewart from InnerLight, and we are here at our new study. Today, we are doing the God at Home and the Irradiation Treatment. So it's a very special study, and we are excited to be here. I know some people already told me my internet is a little awkward, so let's all vibrate allow our thoughts that everything will be good and these problems will go away. So we will be able to have our wonderful study and the meditation and finally the irradiation in the best way possible. Okay? So if you are new to this study, I always have two guests. I will bring my dear friends. So have here Claudia. My internet is so slow, but Claudia appeared. Hello, Claudia. How are you? Have you here? Let me just remove my name so we can see our names. And I have also today Daniela Stefanelli. She's with us too. Hi, Dani.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Very good. So today we have this great girls. If my internet freezes, they will continue the irradiation for today.
Yes.
So what if you just turn on or your YouTube and you see we all here, we want to know that we are starting the God at home. This is something the spiritists like to do in their homes to protect their home. It's a way that brings light to our houses, makes us to feel even more comfortable because we know good spirits will be there. So before this first portion, I like to do questions and answers that we can talk about how we do the gospel in our houses. We all doing different way. I believe Daniela doesn't do it yet. She has 3 little kids. It's a little bit complicated. But we mentioned last week when you have little kids, your gospel instead of whatever time you decide has much shortened. As you know, little kids, it's hard for them to be stopped for 5 minutes. Imagine a mom trying to read a book and control 3 kids running around. Not easy, but can be done. So what we said last week is that the book for the kids, the age, bring a coloring book, buy a Bible. So let me show my books. So as I mentioned, my gospel at home usually has between 45 to 1 hour. Long. And I start like this. With the Bible. This is the Bible my son, when he was a baby, my friend Jenny, she bought for him because has pictures. Look, has pictures, and he loved to look at the pictures and to talk about it. And this Bible has the Old Testament, so very good for us to learn a little bit about the Old Testament because Jesus, all the most of the things Jesus mentioned are in reference to the Old Testament. People forget that Jesus was Jewish. He was a Hebrew, so he followed the traditions. So this is the first book that I do. Then I studied the Spiritist Review. This Spiritist Review from 1858 is very, very thick. And this Spiritist Review This is the book that is a collection of the meetings that Allan Kardec participated in this year, in the year of 1858. So it's very good to all of us to to understand what Kardec lived in his time. Then I usually have the Spirit's book or the Gospel at home. Study the gospel itself. And as we already mentioned, we have to talk in a loud voice. So we don't just read through our thoughts. We actually talk. But Claudia, can you say why we talk?
Well, we are not by
Do you know
ourselves,
why
first
we
of all,
talk?
right? I don't, we're not by ourselves. We are doing a study with many spirits that they come, and there's some that they come to study with us. There's some others that they guide our study. So it is important that we speak out loud, because we're having a study, a conversation, even if we are just one person incarnated, but we have audience.
Yeah.
So we have
Yes,
to read and to study out loud. And if you are
exactly.
really connected, sometimes you, inside of you, you hear, when you're talking, when you're saying, it's kind of like the
Mhm.
feeling that you're somebody's responding to your questions and talking to you. It's very interesting.
Yes, yes, it is true. I see here Saul. Hello, Saul. How are you? Good that you came from the other study here. Tarcísio. Hey, Tarcísio. First time you're here. Finally. Hi, Yvonne. I have seen you before. Welcome. Welcome back. So, Saul is saying, yes, our invisible friends are with us. Good, bad, they can listen. Exactly. We even if we are physically alone, we are not spiritually alone. We know that we have lots of spirits with us, and we attract how we are. So we are feeling good, we attract good spirits. We sometimes we are depressed, we will attract that vibration. That's why when we do the gospel at home, we help the spirits to do a cleansing of our ambience. So, guys, that you that are watching us, if you have any questions, please write it so we can talk about it. Because if you do the gospel, what do you do different? When did you start? Tell us something so we can have this moment of a conversation. So let me see what Yvonne said. So Yvonne said, uh, my computer doesn't want to show here. Yvonne
I
said
started, got
she
home
got
this
this
past
past
Sunday.
Sunday. Yay! That's good. Very good, Yvonne. This is awesome. Very good. I'm happy that you started. That's wonderful. And we also have Tarcísio. So Tarcísio said, I let you be my guide tonight. Yes, you're in good hands. You have three girls here guiding you. So, Daniela, do you have any questions? Because we know that you don't do the gospel yet. Is anything that you would like to understand, or is anything that you're thinking? So your doubt could be the doubt of other
Yeah,
people.
absolutely. So I think, as you might know, so I have three kids, three little kids, and there's also my husband. We share most of our beliefs, but not all. So I think at first, at least in my case, I would start by myself until he would feel comfortable to join. And then
I could like adjust like in a way that I also that I can adjust to the level of my kids as well. But like my question to you, to the both of you, would be like how to proceed in that sense when you in your family you have people like with different beliefs that not necessarily will share that activity, right? Because that's a planned, a scheduled activity that would like to do like weekly, at the same time, the same day, as you said before. What would be like your suggestion for a person that is just starting in that situation?
Well, the good thing is that he is not giving you trouble.
No. Yeah.
Because
It's
I
a
know
good
a lot of
start.
people who, besides the other one does not like it, it does not want you to do it. So this is even more challenging. So in your
Yes.
situation, it's already a very positive one, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't, it's, he does more or less like my husband used to do. My husband used to say, this is your thing, it's fine, but I
Yeah.
don't want to be part of it, and it's fine, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritism, we always say that we have to respect the time of each person.
Absolutely.
We all have a different times in evolution, in morality, in intellectuality, in everything. So it's already wonderful that he is helping you with the kids,
Yeah.
and is allowing
Encourages
you to be
me
here with
really. Yeah.
us, studying. Yes, this is a blessing. And little by little, the the change will be showing. And exactly like happened to me, my husband, he started asking me, what do you do in this God at home? What is that? So he started with a curiosity. And
Yeah.
little by little, I start explaining, I do this, I do that. And then happened one day that he was very upset with a problem, and he started asking more questions. When I was taking my books to go to the bedroom, he started asking more questions, and then I saw an opportunity. I'm like, that's when I said, do you want to do it? And he's like, okay. And then we started doing it. But very good question. And I'm very happy that he is supportive, and time will
Yes.
help. Claudia, do you have anything to add?
That the same thing as you said. You start, if you start doing by yourself, set up your date, the time that you feel comfortable, that you know that he can stay with the kids, and then the spirits, they will help you, and with the time he will come, at least for once, or maybe he doesn't stay the whole thing, but it's important that you start with yourself and
Yeah.
don't give up. Continue doing it, and the
Exactly.
spirits will take care of it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a great answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. Persistence is so extremely important. As we know, my internet is a little awkward, but we cannot quit. We have to
Yeah.
continue, because persistence is what will help us. The spirits that are fighting against anything positive, they stop you. They will make the kids to cry. They will make your cell phone to ring. The door will ring, everything.
Yeah.
When you
and
finally demonstrate that nothing will stop you, then that's it.
and there's one other
Claudia,
thing.
you're saying
I,
something?
I remember my mom. She used to tell me that during after my father slept, sometimes she would like pray next to him, and she would call the spirits and ask them to guide her and to guide him, and maybe to help this, to push him a little. And there maybe this, this helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that they
Yes,
are with you.
definitely.
They are with you. It's like a, like
So we have a few comments here. So Yvonne is actually, does it matter what book we use? Any suggestions? So I just show you my books. Claudia, which books do you use?
I usually use the gospel. I because it's a guidance, right? Like I believe the gospel. Everything is in the gospel. Everything that you need. So you start and you go chapter by
Yes.
chapter, and when it finishes, you start all over again. There's always something to learn, and when you every time that you read, it's a new time.
Yes.
So I usually use the gospel.
And thinking
Very
now,
good. And
yeah. Sorry, Angela.
Yes, Danny, you gonna say something?
I was going to say that actually, for my case and other beginners too, the gospel might be a good book to start with.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
internet
Yeah,
is
but
unstable.
there are many books like this one, Happy Life. You can read just
yes,
one small thing and you
yeah,
comment. You don't have to go too far with kids.
absolutely. That's a great idea. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, very, very good, very good. And as Claudia was suggesting, any book that you have, if you only have the Bible, if you don't have the Gospel yet, that's a good book to use.
Yeah.
When I do it with the Spirit's book, this is the book that attracts him the most because I questions that enlightens him. And another difference, it depends a lot. There are people that like to take the gospel, that's the best book to do, the God at Home. Take the gospel, then you think about something that is troubling you. Think about it and just open. And then you will find the answer. Of course, it's not going to be a yes and no, but it will be an answer that will make you to reflect why this is the answer. Let me think, let me reflect. But there are also that likes to study from the beginning to the end because it's a way that helps you to study. Although people don't have time to do it, so that's the moment. Oh, I will continue from page 55, and that's wonderful too. So it depends on you. If you had never read the gospel, the idea would be from the beginning of the book. If you already read, if you already studied, then open it randomly when you have an issue. When you don't, then continue your study. This is very good. So let me see what the other he have so say. So Tarcísio is saying is always the key word for the spirit person. The spirit person. I do agree. I do understand Tarcísio. Respect is always the key word for the spirit person. Must be that, and I do agree. I guess that's it. Yes, yes, Tarcísio. Very good. Know what to do the best. And then we have Saul again saying that I usually get a lot of books. Like I usually get a lot of books I like, and I put them on the table after a prayer. Open one. The message always brings what I need to hear. Yes, very beautiful too.
Yeah.
For example, today we are going to start the gospel with a very thin little tiny book, Happy Life. I think you have it, Daniela. Can you just show us the
Yes, I
book?
do. Yeah. Happy life.
It's a tiny little book. Look at the size. It's a tiny little book. And the messages are powerful, are very strong messages that can enlighten us. Some people use this book in the beginning, so they read, they reflect, and then they dive in the gospel. So this is how you feel comfortable. So Yvonne is saying, I'm already reading the gospel, so I like the idea of randomly opening the book and reading where it opens. Yes, Yvonne, it's
Very
very
nice.
good. Let me tell you a story. I think I already said this story many times here. Many years ago, I was still doing the gospel in Portuguese. So if I was doing in Portuguese, it was close to 20 years ago. I was mad with my mom and I was not talking to her. Graça, grace. And in that time, 20 years ago, to call Brazil was expensive. So imagine Brazil call here is impossible, was super expensive. So I was not calling my mom. I was in a strike. And then I went to do the gospel. And I was disturbed. I was upset. I was upset with my mom, but I was upset with myself. So I sat down, I did the prayer, I took the gospel, and I randomly opened. And there is one passage of the gospel that starts grace, grace, grace. Give always grace. Give always grace for everything. And then, first of all, I was shocked. When I saw the number 3 times, I was like, oh. This was really like, I was like, okay, I understood the message. I understood the message. And then the message continues. The message starts saying, give grace for having a mother and father, because there are millions of people that do not have it. And the message continues. You might not be happy with your mother and father, but they gave you life. And the message goes on and on. I was crying. I was crying like crazy. So as soon as I finished the God at Home that day, I called my mom. And I called, and before anything, she said, oh, my darling, I miss you so much. I cried even more. I was like, and for me, this was so intense. This was like a slapped treatment from the spirits. Because how do I dare to be angry with my parents for whatever reason? We are trying to improve ourselves. We are the ones studying that we have to forgive. And a little thing your mom says or does that makes you angry to this thing. So that was super powerful treatment from the spirits to myself.
And you never forgot, huh?
Never forgot that. That was super powerful.
A direct message.
Very good. Yes, was that's exactly what we're saying, that we think we are alone. Oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm alone, I don't have a family. It doesn't matter. I did the God at Home for many years. I think I did for minimum 5 years, and married. And until the moment that my husband finally woke up. And it doesn't mean that he still does it every time. He's Protestant, he has his own beliefs. So we have to respect. We cannot impose anything to anyone. Another thing that I was super excited was that my mother-in-law, who is Catholic, She watched one of my lectures other day, and she actually called me to say she liked it. I was like,
Nice.
20 years that I've been doing it, and I'm like, finally, this is phenomenal. So, it's little things. We are not saying that they will change, but they are like everybody, opening up for possibilities. Like, I'm sure we all have family members who sometimes agree, sometimes don't agree, but it's okay. We are
Yeah.
all different.
And you are
Only
always throwing the
that we
seeds.
respect each other and we understand each other. This is the important thing. So, my internet is acting up, but I hope you still can hear me and see me. Good? Can you?
We can.
Very good. So, we are approaching the time that we are going to actually do the God at home. So, if you are with us there, we will have now we will have actually we already passed the time, but we will have few minutes. We talked so much. I don't know why I thought 9:30 we started doing the God at home. But okay, let's do it. Let's do it anyway, even if a little bit. So now we are going to do like if we were in our homes. So, Daniela, I will ask you the reading of the happy life. So, Daniela will be reading the chapter 2. Then, Claudia will do our initial prayer. Then, we will quickly comment the chapter 14, the first and second items of the chapter 13. And then we move on to our meditation. You can go, Daniela.
Okay. So, chapter 2. Regard work as the best way to progress. Those who do not work surrender to moral and spiritual paralysis. Those who do not invest in work's liberating action are a dead weight on society's economy. Work is life.
Well, so after this message, let's close our eyes and let's do a quick prayer so that we can connect with the study of tonight. And let's ask our dear friends, the spiritual friends that are here tonight, that they guide us, that they open our hearts so that we can understand the lesson and that we can use in our daily activities, and that we can spread the word that Jesus came and taught us. So be it.
So be it.
So be it. Very good. Let's go. Filial devotion. So I will read just a little bit. So number 3 of filial devotion says, honor your father and your mothers is a consequence of the general law of charity and love. For charity and love for one's neighbor. For one cannot love one's neighbor without loving one's father and mother. So this is true. How can we say we are going to love everybody in the planet, practice charity, if we have issues with our own parents? That's very connected with my with my testimony. So what can we say?
Our family is our base, right? Our parents, they started everything for us. And I believe that everything that we learn, everything that we are, we own them, everything. So if we don't get along with them, if at least we don't try it, it's very hard for us to get along or to understand people, our friends, our co-workers. I think we have to start from the base, from our homes. That's why I think it's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I really like that one part that it really like touched me a little bit is like when so it says here, is this the time of their lives, of our parents' lives, right? When old and weak parents are to be servants of their younger and stronger children. And I think that's because our life changes so much, like we go through phases. So we don't remember when we were babies and toddlers, and like we don't carry like those. We might have those memories somewhere, unconsciousness, but that's when we were more fragile and like that we really needed their help, and they were there for us. And then we get to be teenagers and adults, grown-ups, and maybe they don't need us that much and we don't need them that much, in a way that we are independent, they also are independent. But then they get older and they get weaker and they get more fragile, and then we are stronger. Right? And then that's one time that they might need us the most. And that's when we can and we have the duty to show that devotion. And it's so funny because when I first read this passage, and I remember reading this passage years ago as well, but when I first read this passage for this study, like the first thing that I thought was like, oh yeah, my kids, like they are devoted to me. That's like I thought, like the immediate thought. And then I started reading. I was like, oh my God, no, I have the duty to be devoted to my parents. Like we cannot forget, like we, even as parents, we also are kids of somebody else, like, and we have to, it's not like pay back, because it's not only the basics and the minimum that we need to give to them, but it's the care and love for them, and the gratitude for everything that they did to us, and they still
Yes.
do.
Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And, there is a part here also in page 291 that talk about the bad parents. Because a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people that are listening or they will listen later on, they're going to say, oh, it's very easy to love good parents. And it's already difficult to love good parents because, we get older, we get our families, and a lot of people start thinking only about their immediately family. They're like, oh, now I have my family, I have my kids, I have my husband, I have my whatever. And a lot of people start leaving the idea of mother and father behind. And there are so many parents that they were loving parents, but life goes crazy, and lots of kids have a tendency of leaving the parents behind, what is already very bad. But it's even worse to the ones who had the parents that were already difficult parents. So what can we say to people that are saying that, oh, my mother and father, they were horrible to me? What can we say? Because the spirits, they enlightened us on it too.
You have to do your part. It doesn't matter if your father or your mother, they are not good or they are not as caring as you wanted them to. But you as a kid or as a daughter or a son, you have to do your part as a kid. And your parents, you are not there to judge them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Absolutely.
continue loving them as the way you can, and do whatever you can so maybe they can learn from you. Maybe you're there in that family to learn, to teach something, to,
That's
you
the
see. Yeah.
point.
And maybe they can be more flexible with your caring, with your behavior. And so
Yeah.
you're not there to
Yeah.
to to pay back the way they treat you.
Exactly, exactly. That's what they are saying. They are saying that it's sometimes you had to be born in this family. You needed those parents because maybe in a past life you were this bad parent. So now you had to feel in your skin how it's hard to live through that. Of course, we are not saying here that if you were a bad mother and father, the next life you will have a bad child, or you will have another bad mother and father. It's not like that because God is millions times better than us. Every life is different depending on how we will approach that situation. But sometimes you will need to go through that to evolve. So this will be a lesson for yourself and also to the parents. The spirits also say that when they discarnate, if they don't realize in this life, when they discarnate, they will see how bad they were, then they will feel bad. They will feel bad for their behavior. So this is important for us. Dani, do you want to complement anything before we close this?
Just about this, I think this particular part, that even if they, because I feel like in any relationship, especially like parents and kids, we always will have something, right, that we feel that was not the way that we expected to be. And it really, like, it's about what Claudia was saying, like you have to do your part no matter what, no matter how you feel about that, that relationship. uh, Jesus taught us to pay bad with good, right? So we have to think that we have nothing to gain, and turning our backs, like, to our parents, even if we feel like in a different way that we expect it to be. The one thing that I thought that was interesting too is, like, when we're kids, we have, especially, like, not all families, but let's say in my family, we're like 5 kids and 2 parents, right? Like, so it's very overwhelming. Two parents to take care of 5 kids, and even like older generations had even more. But then, like, later you get older, like your parents get older, and maybe like one already passed away, or the two are still alive, and you have 5 adults, 5 grown-ups to take. So it's like the weight is even like different. Like you can share the, you know,
Yeah.
everything that is administrative. You can share that duty, and the love too. You're gonna have like 5 grown-ups. So I think that's also something to think about. It, like, they still give us more than we can
Yeah.
give them back.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. And it's we already mentioned, but if even if our parents were bad, they still gave us a life.
Yes.
They faced all kinds of difficulties. Who knows? A bad mother could have done an abortion. So many situations, they are very, very difficult. But this woman, she faced whatever situation and she had you.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, she was not a good mother. I'm not even saying good father because unfortunately, in many, many cases, the father figure disappears and the mother is left alone to take care of a child. And it's very painful. So we can't judge, and we have to be always thankful for having the life to be able to reincarnate. This is a really big blessing. So today we talked a lot, and we have to do our meditation now. So if you are new to our channel, we are going to do a 7 minutes meditation. It's very quick. And if you can, remain with your eyes closed, try to focus, try to really listen the words. We are going to be talking about passes, our healing treatment. And as soon as the short meditation ends, I will start doing the irradiation. So it would be really good if you have your water, because this will be your medication for the whole week. And if you have family members that live close by, if you could put water for them to give to them. And when we will be doing the irradiation, try to mentalize the names of all the people that you want to send this irradiation. So we start doing the irradiation because I start receiving lots of emails and WhatsApp messages. Oh, please pray for this, pray for this person, but I don't know them. And when you are the person connected, then the vibration is much stronger. The connection is right there. So let's do it, and let's emanate all our love. So Claudia, I would like to ask you to do our prayer, and I will disconnect our video so we can start focusing on our voices. Okay, my friends?
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
So let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath. If you're sitting in a chair, wherever you are, take a deep breath and relax. Try to relax your body and connect to the voice, and to you elevate your mind, and let's talk to Jesus. Jesus is our best friend, our master, our our everything. He came to us to teach us how to be better. And so we are here tonight to thank him. So we're going to say to him, Jesus, we're grateful to be here tonight for this opportunity to be together, because you taught us that where there were two people together, you were there. So I know that you are here with us. So bless us, calm our hearts, uh, assist us at this moment so that we can connect with the word, with the work that we're going to do right now, and continue being with us. Strengthen our hearts, and let's this all this vibration to reach everyone that needs it. Thank you so much for tonight, and so be it.
Hello, my friends. You're saying you cannot hear. Okay, let me try again, and please, can you write in the screen if you can hear, because I am hearing everything. So let me try to share again. Let me see if the sound will work this time. Let's hope. Let's see. Let's try again. Can you hear?
Welcome to the virtual path room. Emmanuel, the spirit minister of Javier, once stated that thought is life. Thus, we can create the healing mental state right here and now. In preparation for the virtual passes, we would kindly recommend the following. Be certain that you have a real need to receive passes. Do not use the room simply out of curiosity. Casual visits to the room will negate its future benefits when needed. When using the room, have gratitude and show respect as you would when visiting a physical spiritist center. During the passes, silently evoke God's protection as well as Jesus. Also pray to your guardian angel. Concentrate on positive thoughts, thereby avoiding negative ones. Breathe deeply, slowly, calmly, and confidently. Always be ready to pray. Let us begin this passes session by praying as our guide and model, Jesus Christ, has taught us with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now, let us feel that small points of suffering, bitterness, sadness, anger, deception, disappear from your mind to not return. Like aged leaves that are shed from trees, let go of those feelings that no longer serve you. And gently, but most assuredly, discard them. Let the wind of life carry them so far away that they are unable to return and recreate their negative link. Little by little, your emotional tree sheds its negative feelings, becoming clean and ready for its renovation. Without the weight of those dead leaves, you feel lighter and are able to feel the gentle water of life now abundantly falling onto your physical body, spiritual body, and soul. This water cleans, disinfects, purifies, deconstructs, and tones all the cells of your body. Nothing can escape its renewing action. At the same time it is cleaning and moisturizing your body, this crystalline liquid satiates your spirit, eliminating affliction, anxiety, and unrest. Now within your heart resides a sense of calmness, cleanness, and well-being. Then the light of God emerges to warm and snuggle you, while caring rays penetrate your whole body and tenderly embrace you like a maternal hug, which brings comfort and safety to your heart. At this moment, great love warms your heart and removes the coldness resulting from any affliction. Now, your mind contains only feelings of joy and confidence. You are at peace and enveloped by a protective warmth. The heart of life offers you perfumed flowers. Then, with a grateful and happy soul, you gather their colorful petals that penetrate your whole being, restoring feelings and emotions of happiness, hope, faith, courage, and determination, helping you to regain the willingness to live. In addition to the perfume and color, nature also shares with you the best it has to offer, an infinite capacity for restoring its sublime beauty, even when struck by evil that appears to enact its end. Divine hands full of light gently overflow and spill over you like a golden waterfall of unspeakable and unknown essence. Little by little, your soul is impregnated with sweet happiness, allowing an inner renewal of the most noble and elevated purposes, that of progress and accomplishment. Showered by this sublime power, you deeply surrender to the donor of light, absorbing energy that now gives your life a new and blessed impulse. You called me, and here I am. What do you want from me today? What do you need? Ask, my son. Ask, my daughter. I am here to help. Now, ask your special request to Jesus, enumerating the problems and difficulties that afflict you. I listen to your request with love and attention. Now I count on your faith and trust in me to solve your problems. Go in peace. I am watching over you, and I will not lose sight of you. Believe in God and also believe in me. I will be with you every day until the end. Be happy.
My friends, at this time, let's connect with our own energy. Let's think about ourselves, where we are at this moment, sitting at this chair or lay on a bed. Let's elevate our thoughts to God, our dear Mother and Father. And first of all, give thanks for everything we have, starting with our physical body. Thank you so much for allowing us to have this body, to live this life, to face our struggles, our difficulties. Thank you so much for the people we meet, the ones that we love, and the ones that we still have difficult times. They are all part of our life and our improvement. And we need them to be better people. We need all of them to learn how to love, to forgive, to be more charitable. At this moment, we are so thankful to God for everything we have. We are also thankful for the people we love, our family members, our friends, people that care so much about us, and we care so much about them too. And thinking about those people in our minds at this moment, like a little balloon on top of our heads, are passing the pictures of the people we love, the ones that are far away from us, the ones who are already in the spiritual realm, and the ones who are sick. And we at this moment love, We want to be united one by one, starting from me, sending of love to my dear friend Claudia, sounding her whole physical body, getting all her goodness, her hello, my friends. Can you hear me? My internet loves to play tricks with me. So I hope you can at least hear my voice. And I'm super happy that we were able to finalize our study of today. We were able to have the irradiation, and it's also always a blessing to be able to be here connected with the enlightened spirits, being able to feel this wonderful moments together, even if so quickly. And I wish my camera could come back so I could just say good night. But it's a little hard. But I see the girls, and I want to thank you so much, all of you, for being here with us. All of you, my dear friends, who heard us through the YouTube channel, that heard us through Facebook, through Kardec Radio. Thank you so much, Claudia Garces. Thank
Thank
you so
you
much,
for having
Daniela
me here.
Stefanelli.
Thank you.
It is a blessing here to be. Yes, and thank you to all of you that listened to us. It was really wonderful to be here. It's always a very touching experience. I don't know if you found the energy that surrounds all of us when we connect for a very brief moment with spirituality. So thank you, my friends, and God bless you all. And I
God
see
bless
you
you
again
all.
next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Have
my
a good night.
Good
friends.
night.
Good night.